welcome back. Now, late last year, reports suggested that Zambian state-owned power company ZESCO was grappling with refinancing around $1 billion in debt to private power producers. Some bright spots: the utility has connected districts to its grid that have never been connected since the country's independence, while a tender is underway for the construction of a 7.5 megawatt solar plant in Lusaka. We last caught up with ZESCO board chair Vickson Ncube just over 6 months ago, and he joins us today for a progress assessment. Vickson, thank you for your time and good afternoon. It has been about 6 months since we last caught up. Let's talk about where we are right now with Zambia's energy story.
Yes, two quick things that you raised here, Nolutando. The first is we have a line that we just connected in the eastern part of Zambia, in a place called the Lundazi as well as Chama. For all these years, they've never been on the national grid. We've been relying on diesel-generated power coming from Malawi. So now, yes, we put them on the national grid, but I must hasten to point out that we built on the foundation that we found from those who came before us. We share the glory with our colleagues who started the project. We have indeed accelerated and finalized the project, and and then we are looking also at our energy mix. As I said last time, that we are over-reliant on the hydro, and we have decided to increase our solar generation. And in order to hasten this, we are also breaking down to where a small developer can do a solar project. Hence the 7.5 megawatts that we're talking about. In fact, we are now looking at asking any private developer who can develop up to 20 megawatts of solar with very little regulatory requirements being put in the way. That way, we believe we are going to accelerate the development of solar energy. So our target is that before the end of this year, or at least by 2025 end, we should have another additional 1,000 megawatts coming out of solar.
Very encouraging, Vickson. Let's also talk then about the debt issue with the private producers to date and how that is faring, especially as you do invite smaller developers to bring on solar.
No, in fact, the new methodology we're following in these private developers is that we not accrue debt. Because we're looking at an agreement where we agree a tariff with the developer, and we open an escrow account. As soon as they are through with their development and we get back on the grid, we are online, all the money coming into from that project goes to the escrow account. They find their money every month. We have no intention of growing the ZESCO debt even by a cent. All our development agreements will be honored expeditiously. There will be no negotiation. Say, no, give us time. As long as the project has been finalized and there's someone we are taking the power, we are selling it, they will get their money on time.
Also, can you talk about what we are seeing in terms of just demand for electricity in Zambia? We know the economy is in a growth phase, and that means that demand may increase. Are we able to meet short-term needs as we build capacity? I think most African countries at this point were all trying to build this capacity for the future, and all of it is, of course, green. But, of course, we have immediate demands.
So, in fact, that goes to what I talked about last time about the need for us to develop interconnectors between ourselves. On average, when I look at the power demand between the East African pool and Southern African pool, if we were integrated, on average, we'll be all in equilibrium. We'll be able to transport power from one country to the other, depending on what the net deficit is. We would be equalizing. Now, that is the way to go. Right now, whereas you could have excess power in one country, we are not able to share it with another country because our connectivity is poor. So in the long run, in fact, let me say in the short to the immediate, that is the quick win that all of us as SADC as well as East African community can work on to ensure that we move away from this continuous traditional ceremony. You understand that among the Zulus, we have the Nwala ceremony, where we must have Umhlanga ceremony, where every year the king must officiate. This must not be the same thing with the power supply, that every year there's a shortage in Zambia, in South Africa, in DR Congo. Let's connect each other so that we share this resource for the benefit of our economies.
I think region integration is certainly an important aspect of the future, Vickson. So let's also talk about transmission, because I think that's a huge issue. And I think when we speak of the Lundazi and Chama projects, I'm keen to hear about, building transmission capacity. It seems to be a costly exercise, a very technical exercise. What has that been like? And are we, confident in capacity for transmission? So I think it's a big one for African countries.
You know, the most interesting thing, Noltan, about us Africans, we go to school and university and get educated, but fail to apply the knowledge. I've never understood that. We challenge the Zambian engineers that says, look, guys, your parents paid a lot of money for you to study. Come on, work on this project. And they did it in record time. So in short, let us utilize these resources that we've developed over the years. You are an educated person, and we don't utilize you, Nolutan. We continue crying about capacity. We have the capacity in this continent to develop any project of whatever magnitude. Just challenge your engineers. They will do the job without fail.
Fantastic, Vickson. It's all we have time for today. Always keen to talk. I hope we don't wait 6 months until we talk again. Thank you so much for your time today. That was ZESCO Board Chair Vickson Ncube.